Guys, we're in LA. We're on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Look at how pretty this all is.
Beautiful.
Well, as long as we're here, we might as well check out Emerson's new LA campus.
Yeah.
Ooh, hopefully we can meet Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's so
Mike!
pretty.
No. This is my show. The insolence.
This is the GME Oscars special, live at 9 a.m.
No, you don't get to do it. Did you invite him? No.
All right, we're good. Emerson, today is Thursday, February 27th, and the sweet smell of Oscar is in the air. The Academy Awards are this Sunday. We'll be giving you our choices for the awards.
And during the show, we'll be checking in with Muna Mushien on the red carpet. I'm starstruck already.
Oh man, I love Muna so much. Welcome to our Oscar special. I'm Mike Cantalupo.
And I'm Brittany Gervais. Welcome to the show.
Oh God, we start off, you think of LA and you think of Oscars together, right? But what about Boston and the Oscars?
Right, because a lot of films have been filmed in Boston.
Some historic scenes have gone on in Boston. Lloyd Mallison, our travel correspondent, has gone around Boston and Cambridge and all around to show us some of the most famous scenes in Boston movie history.
And we're also making history here. We're taking the first look at Emerson's new LA campus.
Yeah.
That's right. It's the first live hit that you'll be seeing of the place. Looks spectacular.
Yeah, the crew has been working really hard on making this happen, so it should be exciting to see. But then also, back from just one episode ago, Lauren Fox is back to give us all her predictions on what the biggest A-list celebrities are going to be wearing on the red carpet this year.
Because the fashion is just as important as the Oscars.
As
to
we
me,
can tell,
anyway.
look at this, I'm wearing suspenders, so obviously it's
Classy.
very important.
Now, from the studios here at Emerson to CNN studios in Los Angeles, we've got WEBN's Emily Grossberg and Maggie Smolka with us to talk about their Oscars experience. Thanks for being with us, guys. Now, what were your reactions when you...
Can you guys hear us? Oh, awesome! This is great.
Great. Now, what were your reactions when you first learned that you were going to be covering the Oscars in LA? That's a big deal.
Mm.
Now, who are you going to try to interview on the red carpet, or who have you interviewed in general?
All right. Well, sadly, we lost them.
Yeah,
But
technical
maybe,
difficulties.
hopefully, we'll be able to get back to them. I know they want. I wanted to talk to them so badly.
I
but
know,
that's
I know.
okay. Let's talk a little bit about our picks for
The Oscars,
all of
the
the
Oscars
awards.
award show.
Start off with Best Actor. Who are you thinking?
I don't know. I really want to see my good pal Leo win his first Oscar here.
I understand that Leo, he finally deserves an Oscar after all the great performances. But I'm giving it to Matthew McConaughey because how he transformed himself into really an AIDS patient in Dallas Buyers Club was amazing. The transformation his entire body had to perform was out of this world.
But just watching Leonardo DiCaprio and how much fun he had filming Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I mean, Wolf of Wall Street was a fun movie. It was,
A little scandalous.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, scandalous. 3 hours of scandal is really the only way you could put that.
Now, what about Best Actress? I know this is a tough one.
It was like a bunch of actresses from movies that weren't really the highlight of this year's Oscars. You
Right.
had Meryl Streep, but I'm going to give it to Amy Adams in American Hustle.
Good pick. That was a good movie. But, I think Cate Blanchett is someone
Really?
who was,
Blue
kind
Jasmine.
of right. She was a little bit ignored for her role in Blue Jasmine, but I think she deserves an award for her role.
I think that Blue Jasmine itself was a bit ignored as a film.
Right.
But
right.
did you saw it?
It was a great
Beautiful?
movie.
Yeah,
Great,
I'm
beautiful
gonna have to
movie.
check it out. What about Best Screenplay? We both have the same
We
idea
talked
on
about this
one.
before,
Yeah.
and we think her's going to win for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. The writing, first off, the movie was about somebody who writes for a living, but the writing for the film itself was so beautiful, unlike anything I've ever really
And it's
seen
so
before.
accurate for today's society,
Right.
too. It's a total play on how attached we are to our technology. I just thought it was brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, and then let's talk about animated films, talking about modern times.
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Frozen.
Let it go.
Let it go.
That's my choice. Of course, it's like a sensation this year. Everybody has loved Frozen. Of course it has to win.
But Everyone expects Frozen to win, but I think the best animated film should really go to Hayao Miyazaki because this is his last film. It's called The Wind Rises. I think it's coming out in the U.S. pretty soon. It's his last film, though. I think he deserves to go out with a bang.
Who knew this was even a film? How did you see that?
I'm a big fan of Hayao Miyazaki.
No way.
So when I found out he was retiring, I just, he
I'm
needs
so
some
impressed
recognition.
by you. That was I have no idea who that guy is, but okay. What about Best Picture, the biggest award of them all?
We both agreed on this, 12 Years a Slave.
And here's why. I'll give you, no,
all right, you go
me
first.
first.
So many reasons.
No, yeah. First off, all the Best Picture nominees this year were great with writing. They were all beautiful dialogue, every single story, but most of them lack the action.
Right, and this kind of combined both.
Right, if you think about a film like, which I love, Captain Phillips, was a lot of action and not that great of dialogue. And then you think of Her, which was a great film writing-wise, but then it kind of
lacked the action
dulled
sequences.
Out a little bit, right?
Right. And this also touches on a period of America's history that, we don't really talk about that much.
Right, and not only does it touch upon this piece of history, it actually goes really, really deep and true to the story. You think about something like the movie like Lincoln last year, where they said they kind of dramatized and sensationalized Abraham Lincoln's life and what he actually accomplished. This was grit down to the bones, exactly what a man would experience.
Right.
Back in
And it was a
1841.
little hard to watch, but
without a doubt,
very accurate.
And I think that's part of what made it the Best Picture. Sure, you had the emotions of when he came home finally, and that was touching.
And this little boy runs into his arms.
Oh my God.
That scene.
Yeah, and then you remember, but then you think back to all the whippings and the brutality of it all. That also created so much emotion for the viewer.
I think everyone who was in that movie deserves an award for their role.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely going to win Best Picture. Can't wait to see how it turns out.
Now, if you've ever watched this show, it's pretty easy to tell that Christian Mudrick is, well, opinionated. Here he is with his picks and the latest in Oscar news.
Opinionated? Thanks, guys. Monday evening, two mysterious celebs got some pretty unfortunate news. Just 6 days before the Oscars, airport security at LAX had lost their dresses. There's always a lot of buzz during the Oscar season because of how glamorous of an event it is, and the red carpet is almost as anticipated as the award show itself. On Monday, Donna Karan released information about a storm brewing inside of LAX when two of her custom-made gowns for unknown clients went missing. She blamed security for seizing the dresses and not understanding the importance of the trip they were making from New York to LA. Luckily, since then, the dresses have been found in a cargo bin in the back of the plane. So keep your eyes out for those mysterious celebs wearing DKNY whose dresses went through heck and high water to get to the Oscars. For an 80-year-old, Philomena Lee really gets around. She spoke at the Golden Globes, met the Pope, and had Judi Dench portray her in an Oscar-nominated film. Philomena's story is that of a disowned teen mom who had her child taken away from her in Ireland and forced to continue life normally. Philomena is using her recent fame to create a heartwarming program that will help people learn more about their roots. She's created the Philomena Project to help connect individuals to their ancestry, especially those in the foster care system. She's become an ambassador for social work and an advocate for adoption reform. Philomena went half a century without ever knowing who her own son was and is now trying to prevent history from repeating itself. Who would have thought that you two would have the power to influence international political figures to come all the way to the Oscars? The late Nelson Mandela's family, including his two children, Zinzi and Zinani, will be attending the Oscars this year. U2 invited the Mandelas because they will be performing their Oscar-nominated song, Ordinary Love, from the biographical film Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. Apparently, U2 had been personal friends with Mandela and worked fiercely throughout the 70s on the anti-apartheid campaigns in Africa. So this year, it would seem that it's more lucrative to just lose the Oscar. That's right, the consolation prize for losing nominees is an $80,000 gift bag. Although Leo has never won an Oscar yet, this sheds a little light on why he doesn't seem to care. The goodie bag includes luxurious and lavish gifts like a $15,000 tour of Japan, a $12,000 choice vacation between a resort in Australia or a resort in Mexico, a membership to a VIP service at a London airport, a $500 house call from a nutritionist, and an assortment of liquor, candy, mittens, purses, and other ridiculous oddities. Next to an $80,000 consolation prize, that stupid little gold statue seems worthless. Might as well lose and go to Australia. And now what you all have been waiting for, save the drum roll please, it's time for my picks at the Oscars. 12 Years a Slave will win Best Picture. Best Actor, despite what I personally think of him, will probably be Matthew McConaughey. The only thing I can say on that topic is, does anyone remember Fool's Gold? Best Actress will go to Cate Blanchett, Supporting Actor Jared Leto, Supporting Actress Lupita Nyong'o, Best Animated Feature clearly is Frozen, and Best Director will go to Alfonso Cuarón for his revolutionary work in Gravity. That's all the Oscars gossip I have for you today. Back to our Oscar award-worthy hosts on the couch. But then again, hosting a TV show has nothing to do with the Oscars. So back to you, Brittany and Mike.
All right, thanks, Christian.
We'll win an Oscar one day somehow.
One day. Now, if I was nominated for an Oscar, I feel like even if I lost, I wouldn't mind getting the goodie bag. So what other interesting things do they have in those gift bags?
Well, so many things. They had a film, camera, multiple vacations. Like the Mexico and Australia was not the only one. They had pairs of shoes, and not a pair of shoes, pairs of shoes. And then to top it all off, a $30 bottle of vodka. Which
$30?
I think it's weird too, because it's like if you're spending $500 on a house call from a nutritionist, I want better than Mr. Boston.
Right.
If you're giving them a trip, why are you giving them $30 a vodka?
$30?
There's nothing better than to give away $80,000 worth of stuff to already rich celebrities.
Right,
But
right.
We had a lot of the same picks for our choices here. How confident are you?
I'm pretty confident about my picks. I'm submitted into an Oscar pool right now, and I'm hoping I'm going to win a whole lot of money.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or you might come up broke, you never know.
Maybe you'll get a gift bag.
I may lose my $5, but I'm pretty confident.
All right, well, thanks, Christian. But guess what? Our prayers have been answered because we are back live with Maggie Smolka and Emily Grossberg in CNN studios right now. Guys, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
And we can hear
we
you
can
this
hear
time.
you
What a
too.
time! Oh my
Now
God.
tell us a little bit about your reactions when you first learned you were going to be covering the Oscars.
Sure, I think that it's fair to say that we were both extremely excited. Coming to Emerson, this is always something that is a very exciting trip, and people talk about it all the time. So to be a part of it and be able to be an executive producer for it is such a great opportunity, and I'm just really, really excited to be on this trip.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Emily.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was saying, yeah, it's great to be going my sophomore year. Everyone's so much older, and they're so experienced, and they've been very patient in helping me learn and understand what the process is like of being a producer, and it's just been a great experience, and I've been so happy and thrilled to be here.
Awesome. So we all went through our picks over here, but who do you guys have for Best Picture, Best Actor, all the big awards for tomorrow, for Sunday?
Personally, I think that Matthew McConaughey is going to win for Best Actor. I thought that he was great in Dallas Buyers Club, and I would be a little bit shocked if he didn't win. I know that everybody's saying that it's Leonardo DiCaprio's here to win, but I don't know. I think that Gravity is going to be taking home a lot of the nominations, I think, for Best Original Score, as well as Best Visual Effects. I mean, some of the big ones, maybe even cinematography. You never know, but I think Gravity could be a bigger winner than American Hustler.
Yeah, I think
Tomorrow night, or on Sunday night.
I think Gravity deserves Best Cinematography.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very interesting choices. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the people that you've interviewed so far?
Yeah, it's been, we have a very hectic schedule. We're interviewing around 20 people in the 4 days that we're here, and then of course we have the Sunday Red Oscar event. So yesterday we did Gloria Casting, who was was the head hair department for Lone Ranger, and then tonight we'll be interviewing her partner, who is Joel Harlow, and he did the special effects makeup for that. We also did Billy Ray yesterday, who was the screenwriter for Captain Phillips, and he also wrote The Hunger Games. And then after that, we interviewed Doug Wick, who was a producer for Great Gatsby and also won in 2000 for his producing work with Gladiator.
What an
Very
experience
cool.
that is. Oh my, like, here we are. We get to interview some pretty cool people too, obviously, but maybe not as cool as that. But now, you guys have been running around the red carpet all week now, or will be running around all week. What goes on in the pre-production process that you really don't get to see on television?
No one ever tells you that the red carpet isn't like one long red carpet. It's actually a lot of smaller red carpets. So it was strange coming to the area and seeing just rolls and rolls and rolls of carpet and seeing everything under construction and everyone's running around, getting their press passes, freaking out, you know, running every which way. There's a lot of walkie-talkies going on. It's a really chaotic scene. There's a lot of running around, but it's also very exciting to watch. And we haven't been having much time to go down to the pre-production because we've been running around doing interviews, but we are sending reporters out today and tomorrow to kind of give updates at the red carpet and things like that.
That's awesome, guys. Have the time of your lives out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you
When
so
we come
much.
back, we have a gift of our own for the viewers. It's Madeline Avery in a role you're not used to seeing her in. We'll be right back. First live hit from Emerson's new campus in the big, beautiful LA. It's a little bit foggy out there right now.
I was hoping to have a beautiful sunrise or something coming. Oh, okay.
There we
now
go.
We're getting a little bit of beauty. Oh, and there's Shakayla Alvarenga, who we'll be having a live hit with to talk about Emerson's new LA campus in a little bit.
I can't wait to hear more about that. I'm so excited to look at the new LA campus. It's so exciting.
Now let's before we go over to the LA campus, with all the tension surrounding the Academy Awards, the hard-hitting subjects of this year's nominated films, you know, there's talk about AIDS, slavery, things blowing up in space. It's always a relief to find a way to laugh. This year, our Oscar-related laughs came from a bunch of little kids.
The Kid Oscars have received close to 1 million views on YouTube. Let's take a look at a slightly more adorable version of the Oscar-nominated movie, Captain Phillips.
I'm a pirate. My name is Captain Phillips, and this is my boat. Give me this boat. No, this is my boat forever.
Mine forever. Oh, man.
They also did reenactments of other movies like Her, American Hustle, and The Wolf of Wall Street.
I love this video. I watched it like 5 or 6 times.
It's too cute.
The one that consistently gets me. I love the way the producers of this segment handled 12 Years a Slave, where it was just the homecoming scene, and then they went over and the little kid addressed the camera and said, "This is the only scene that producers were comfortable showing with kids."
My favorite was Gravity. They showed the 2 little kids in space holding hands.
You have to let go.
But why?
Because it's the point of the movie.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
But you gotta love all the fake mustaches and big hairdos.
Oh man, especially in American Hustle, the opening with, you know, the toupee. Oh, unbelievable. Do you think that any of these kids have a future in Hollywood?
Definitely. You know, I'm not surprised if we
Sign
see
them
one
up.
of those little kids. I mean, I'd sign them up right away.
That's right. Now, back here in the GME studio, there's Clark Kent, your everyday man with a great jawline, and then there's his alter ego, Superman. Well, in the GME studio, there's Madeline Avery, your everyday weather woman with a great jawline, and her alter ego, Madeline Avery, social media correspondent?
Ooh.
Here she is now.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Well, as the red carpet is being rolled out in LA, regular people like me are taking to social media to cast their own ballots as to who will take home those golden statues. Host Ellen DeGeneres has been all over social media in the past few days, talking about presenters, performers, and of course, cracking some jokes. One tweet she released said, "Wanted to say Matthew McConaughey to everyone excited about the hashtag Oscars. Can't wait for all those amazing presenters. Whoopee, Goldberg." DeGeneres is overjoyed to be working with some great performers as well, saying, "This year, one of my favorite people, Pink, is performing at the hashtag Oscars, and I'm hosting. Take that, Russia." I love that tweet. This will be DeGeneres' second time hosting the awards, and she seems more than ready to go back to work. Now, some on Twitter are saying that the tightest race this year is between Oscar winner Jennifer Lawrence and newcomer Lupita Nyong'o. It takes a lot to pronounce that name, believe me, for Best Supporting Actress. Lawrence gave a stellar performance in American Hustle, but Nyong'o has been winning over fans in 12 Years a Slave. The internet does love Jennifer Lawrence, but I think Lupita might have this one in the bag. And these women are also in another nail-biting race. What will they wear? These young Hollywood starlets have the most anticipated outfit choices of the evening. Be sure to check Instagram on Sunday to see all of the stars in their fashion pics. And Google released their top searches for Oscar topics, and the winner is, drum roll please, Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, Leo has actually never won an Oscar, but many fans are hoping that this will be his year. The Wolf of Wall Street has also seen a lot of search traffic, and so has Sandra Bullock for Gravity. So the public has spoken. Or searched, rather. And we know that social media is powerful when it comes to swaying public opinion, but Forbes said this week that it may even be able to predict who the Oscar winners will be. Based on buzz and last year's winners, the magazine predicts 12 Years a Slave will take home the Academy Award for Best Picture. It also says that Matthew McConaughey will win for the controversial film Dallas Buyers Club. I agree with that one. I will be watching from my couch this Sunday, but I'll be tweeting every second of the action. Follow myself and everyone here at GME for some real-time updates. That's all I have for social media. I'm Madeline Avery.
Thanks a lot, Maddie. That's a great new role for you. Now we're joined live by Shakayla Alvarenga in the Emerson LA campus, here to talk Emerson LA and a whole lot of things LA. Shakayla, can you hear us?
I can hear you. How are you?
I'm great.
Perfect.
Let me ask you, what is this Emerson LA campus like? We've seen pictures, but what is it like when you actually get in there?
I know, it was very exciting for me because I kind of looked at all the pictures before I came here, and I didn't know that we were actually staying here, so I was super excited, and it really is truly amazing. Like, the presence that we have now in Los Angeles is remarkable. The architecture is so cool, has this very futuristic vibe to it, and it's located right on West Sunset Boulevard, 3960, so it's really in the center of everything. So it's super phenomenal, a great opportunity for many of the students here.
Awesome.
Now, Shakayla, have you seen any famous faces yet? That's what I want to know.
That's all you care about.
No, unfortunately, except for the people that we've interviewed, I haven't seen any famous faces yet, but I'm sure a lot of the students here will be seeing them shortly.
You've probably also seen a bunch of M celebs walking around the campus. Have you been able to talk to any of the Emerson students that are currently spending the semester in Los Angeles? How are they enjoying that experience?
I do, yes. We have like an Emerson cafe on the bottom floor. So when I went in there, I saw a lot of my friends back in Boston here. So it was super fun. And they absolutely love it. I mean, the location, you can't get any better than this. And I mean, you're right in the center of Los Angeles. There's studios everywhere, these restaurants and bars. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is right down the street. It's an awesome opportunity. I'm super happy for the students that get to have this experience now.
Awesome. Now, Shakayla, tell us a little bit about the opening gala happening next week.
Yeah, so I actually recently heard about this, I want to say a few days ago. I didn't know that this was actually happening. So I guess next week there are a lot of celebrities. I heard Maria Menounos will be here.
Wow.
Sofia Vergara will also be here, kind of celebrating the opening of the Emerson College campus here in Los Angeles, and I'm sure the president will also be here too.
Will you bring back Leonardo DiCaprio for me?
Oh, girl, of course. I will bring back Leo for you.
All right, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Shakayla. Now, we have Bri Baxter in
You're
studio
welcome.
right now, normally news correspondent, but she's going to tell you about the movies that didn't go so high budget, you know, didn't get
The ones that maybe slipped through the cracks.
Didn't get all the praise, yeah. Take it away.
There are quite a few movies nominated this year that have everyone thinking, might have missed the previews for that one. Well, I'm here to recap you on a few of the top contenders, starting with the most coveted category, Best Picture. There are a lot of movies in the Best Picture category that received a lot of hype this year, some because of their star power, others because of their controversial issues. But one that has a few nominations under its belt is Philomena. The film is based on a true story. Judi Dench plays Philomena Lee, a woman who was forced to give up the rights to her child after getting pregnant out of wedlock. Philomena was sent to a Catholic convent and her child was adopted by an American couple. Years later, with the aid of a journalist played by Steve Coogan, she sets out to find her child. The film is also nominated for Best Supporting Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Score. The Disney movie Frozen melted hearts this year, but the adventurous animated film The Croods is another one to look out for. There might be less singing, but there is plenty of laughter.
Faster. I call them shoes.
The DreamWorks animated movie has a star-studded cast including Nicolas Cage, Ryan Reynolds, and Emma Stone. It is set in a prehistoric time where a caveman and his family lose their cave home. They are forced into the unknown and dangerous world around them only to discover how wonderful it can be. It is available for viewing on Netflix. Next up is the category for Best Cinematography. Squeezed in between films like Nebraska and Gravity is the Chinese film The Grandmaster. The Grandmaster is also nominated for Best Costume Design. The story gives the background on martial artist master Ip Man, the man who trained Bruce Lee. It is chock full of great action shots. And while The Grandmaster took place in South China, one of this year's nominees for Best Foreign Film comes from Italy. The Great Beauty, also known as La Grande Bellezza, is a lavish and stylish film by director Paolo Sorrentino. The Great Beauty is the story of a popular writer and journalist from Rome. He spent decades indulging in a luxurious lifestyle. After turning 65, he discovers the absurd and exquisite beauty of the city he has loved most of his life. The story and the film are a great beauty in itself. And these are just a small fraction of the films you might have missed, but there is still time left to get caught up on all of them before March 2nd.
March 2nd's coming up quick, though.
Thank you so much, Brianna. Now we're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned for more on our Oscars special here on Good Morning Emerson.
We got a whole lot more. Oh, look at this live hit again. Look at this modern architecture of the ECLA campus.
Love it. Looks like a beautiful day.
Yeah, not only does it, are we about to get the Hollywood sign? Oh, we're about to get the Hollywood sign. Imagine that as a view from your dorm room. Very, very cool.
Right. Now we're going to be talking to Muna Mushien about what it's like being on the red carpet right now. So put on your high heels and guys, take out that expensive suit. We're going to LA.
Well, first, before we go to LA, because you can't always get the greatest of LA right there.
Right,
so we need to talk about it first. We need to earn our spot on the red carpet. So if you were going to the red carpet, what kind of dress would you wear?
I'd probably wear a nice red dress, some big shiny jewelry, because I can't go, on camera without my big shiny jewelry.
Would it be gold or silver?
I'm thinking silver.
Yeah,
but,
I'm more of a silver man myself.
First, I have to ask our fashion correspondent, Lauren Fox, about what she thinks I should wear, really. Yeah. But that's coming up later.
But why not, let's go over, before we go to Lauren, there's another person to go to. You know who it is? It's our travel correspondent, Lloyd Mallison.
He went around Boston looking at the different places where Oscar-nominated movies were filmed. Yeah,
he took places such as, well, you'll see.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Travel Segment. Here at the Emerson channel, we do not take awards season lightly. I have dressed up to the nines in preparedness for, I've dressed up to the nines to try and prepare to take you guys around Boston to see what movies were shot where and throw in some little facts you may not already know about the movies around Boston that won Oscars. So let's get going. We're here at the bar from the movie Good Will Hunting. The movie centers around the relationship between a therapist, Robin Williams, and his client, Matt Damon. The movie was nominated for 9 Oscars and won 2, Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor for Williams. But the most interesting part about it was that the movie was actually started as a script for a class Matt Damon was in at college. So you never know, your next homework assignment could lead to an Academy Award nominated movie. How'd you like them apples? Is that a quack? No, but this is the Suffolk Law Library, and for the movie The Departed, this is the set of where Matt Damon's character lived. The Departed was a 2006 Boston blockbuster with huge names such as Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, who managed to get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor. The movie did, however, go on to win awards such as Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Directing, and the big one, Best Picture. Behind me, you may not be able to see it too well, it is a bit dark, but you can sort of make out the fantastic view of the Boston State House. And if we're really lucky and really quiet, we might be able to see the little rat from the end running along the ledge. And lastly, this year's movie that has all the Oscar buzz around it and was filmed right in our backyard, American Hustle. This David O. Russell movie about a pair of con men begrudgingly working for the cops has gathered 10 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. And it's the second movie since 1981 to have gathered nominations in all 4 of the acting categories. We're here in the set of the movie, or as you might better know it, the Copley Park Plaza Hotel. If we learn nothing else from this movie, it's that when you're offered a favor or money, take the favor. Jesus said that. After hunting for the Goodwill Hunting bench, we eventually found it. It'll be interesting to see this year just how many Oscars Boston can pull, but I'm afraid that's all I've got for you guys today. Your move, Chief.
That's interesting. I never knew that American Hustle, even though it was supposed to be in Atlantic City, was
Right.
actually shot right here in Boston.
Right, it's fascinating to see how many movies were actually filmed in the city that we live in.
Yeah, but that's right. And now we're going to actually toss it back. We're going to try to get Muna live in Los Angeles. Muna?
Hi, Mike and Brittany. How are you guys doing?
I see you! Oh my God, this is amazing. What is it like being at the biggest award show of the year?
It is absolutely thrilling. There is no other feeling like standing on this red carpet right now, the same red carpet that some of the biggest names in Hollywood are going to be walking this Sunday night. It is a feeling that I can't even explain to you guys right now.
Who are you looking out for on Sunday night? Who do you want to see most?
You know what? I think the #1 person that I'm going to be looking for is Lupita Nyong'o, who played in 12
Now, I know
Years
it's a
a
pre-production
Slave.
phase.
Yes, she is definitely the it girl right now. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out for her first and foremost. And then probably Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, she's been wearing some beautiful dresses. And then Leo, we'll be interested to see if he's excited to actually show up to the Oscars after he's been snubbed
Snubbed a couple
many
times.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, I know it's a pre-production phase right now, but what is the atmosphere like over there?
You know what? There is so much work going on right now. Everyone around me has not stopped to chit-chat. You don't see anyone not doing anything. Everyone on this red carpet has something that they're doing. Everyone is running, everyone is busy, and the mood right now is just very lively. We got here very early in the morning, and the workers have been here since last night setting up the red carpet. It actually started raining. So now that they have the tent up, they're making sure that everything with that is set up and it's straight. They're making sure that the red carpet is untouched and it's clean. And so really there's just a lot of people working behind me, and there's a lot of movement going on right now.
There's a lot of movement going on in this studio also. Tell us a little bit about your Oscar predictions. Who do you want to come out on top?
You know what? I'm really shooting for Stephen Price. He's actually nominated for Best Original Score for Gravity, for a movie in which space is not supposed to have any sound. I think he captured the fear and the emotion in that film beautifully, and I also think he's an underdog. This is the first time that he's been nominated, so I'm really excited to see what it's going to be like for him to go up on stage if he actually does win the award. And then also I mentioned Lupita Nyong'o. She is the it girl right now. She had a fabulous, amazing performance in 12 Years a Slave. So those two are definitely the two people that I'm rooting for, and I think that they have a pretty good shot at winning an Oscar this year.
A little bit of the dark horse candidates you got going on there, but what about Best Picture?
Best Picture, I think it's going to be 12 Years a Slave, to be honest. Everyone is talking about this film. Gravity is getting a lot of buzz as well, but I really think that 12 Years a Slave might take this one home.
All right, we had the same choice. 12 Years a Slave. Everybody's on 12 Years a Slave this year. Christian's on it. So thanks so much, Muna. It's going to be exciting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, good luck in LA.
But now we're going to toss it over to Lauren Fox, who's going to teach us all about red carpet fashion style.
We are all waiting in anticipation to see what the stars will be wearing at the Oscars this year. I picked out a few nominees that I think will definitely wow us. So let's start off with Matthew McConaughey. Usually, it's hard for the men to stand out amongst the ladies' eye-catching, colorful dresses, but I think McConaughey will impress with a trend that he has been rocking lately, and that is the color tux. Here he was wearing a shimmery gold tux at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. He wore a velvet emerald green tux to the Golden Globes this year and looked debonair winning that award. I expect McConaughey to stand out with class at the Oscars this year, but with unique material or color.
Interesting.
Now, Lauren, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Now we're talking about men's fashions. Who else are you expecting to make quite a statement on the red carpet?
Me, right?
Yeah, definitely. No, Bradley Cooper, he always wears that traditional black and white look, sometimes gray, but actually we're back on the facial hair. What is he gonna do? He was clean shaven, short hair at the Golden Globes,
Right.
but I really think that this year he's gonna grow out that scruff a little bit, keep the short hair.
Is that your
man.
personal style? Would you like to see him with the scruff?
I would. I do
Yeah.
like the scruff. He looks great either way.
It's so
but-
true.
I want to ask you about the traditional black and white look, the black tie. Is that kind of like losing its appeal? Because I see more and more during
Very
different award shows that people are going for that colored tuxedo.
Right.
Yeah, especially with Matthew McConaughey. I mean, I think that it makes you stand out, especially with that velvety material he wore at the Golden Globes. I was a huge fan.
Right. I always thought as a guy, it's like, it's not fair. Your girl gets to wear these beautiful dresses and then I just get to wear black and white like today.
Right.
Like today.
Well, speaking of beautiful dresses, I know Jennifer Lawrence always makes a statement on the red carpet. What do you want to see her in?
Honestly, I have no idea what to expect from her.
Right.
You can never expect what the words that come out of her mouth, what she wears. You never can expect it.
Exactly.
She's going to trip up the stairs, going into the stage.
You know, tripping. Yeah, one of my favorite red carpet looks of all time was her 2011 Oscar dress, the red Calvin Klein.
Oh, I remember that one.
That was beautiful, and it established her reputation as Hollywood's golden girl. But here we are at the Catching Fire Awards. She wore that sheer gown with the pixie cut, edgy.
Right.
Yeah,
We
you
have
never-
no idea what look she's going to go with.
Yeah, well, really quickly, who are you most excited? What woman are you most excited to see on the red carpet?
Lupita Nyong'o has been wowing me lately.
Oh, I can't wait to see her.
She goes with a solid color, but with like a bold statement. She wore that Ralph Lauren dress to the Golden Globes with that cape.
I know everybody has loved the stuff that she has been wearing. Thanks so much, Lauren. But that's all the time we have for our Oscars special. Enjoy your spring break. We'll be off for a week, but then come back that following Tuesday. You know what?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we have some great things in store for you.